years ago, we helped sponsor a fight. It was, I believe it was Extreme Fighting. It was Monty Cox's fight show at Super Brawl. You fought in a tournament in Utah. Do you remember?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell was cornering me in an 8-man tournament. It was ECC, Extreme Cage Fighting Championship.
Yes, Extreme Cage Fighting, yes.
I fought Jason Miller that night, Ryan Norte, and Dennis King was in the 8-man tournament. It was a stacked 8-man tournament.
A lot of names came out of that. And then here you are. I mean, this has to be 10 plus years later. And you won that night, and you were supposed to fight the champions of some other tournaments that went on, and you went to war.
Yeah.
After that.
Yep.
Tell us about that. I mean, obviously, you saw fighting in your career, and to take a break, give that up to go fight for your country.
That was a cool night. The ECC, I think it was ECC 50. Jason Miller was my second fight. We fought 3 fights in that one night. It was an 8-man tournament. I got cut in the first round, and before Jason, Chuck Liddell's rushing me into the bathroom to hide me from the athletic commission because I had a cut over my eyebrow and they didn't want to see it. So then we're trying to super glue it in the bathroom and put Vaseline on it so I could go out to my second fight, which ended up being a 3-round fight, and I just smashed Jason Miller. And then the third fight was for the ECC championship 8-man tournament title, and go out there and beat the guy up in the first round, but it was just a cool night. It was Chuck Liddell paying for my food. I was so broke. Actually, I'm not going to name who it was, but there's a UFC employee here that I was so broke to get to that fight. She gave me money for food and gas to help, because Chuck was covering almost everything, to help me get through that fight, or that tournament. And then I did that, and a couple of months later I left,
That has to be tough. I mean, because an event like that could have put you into the UFC quite quickly.
Yeah. There are a lot of conflicted emotions about kind of what I wanted to do and where I was. The biggest and foremost to me and on my mind was, 9/11 and what happened. And so, I wanted to do something about it, and fighting in a cage didn't do anything. So. And
you went on, tell me if I'm wrong, Special Forces in the Army. You served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Coming to the climate now, is it tough seeing what's happened in the last year or so?
These are deep questions for a day before weigh-ins. Yeah, it's tragic. It's horrible. The revolving circular war machine of us giving guns to the Syrians like we did to Iraq, and then we had to fight Iraq. It's all this bad decisions and horrible things that now my friends and my brothers and my regiment are going to have to go deal with in 2 or 3 years, or that they're dealing with now. Not that Bush was a good president, he wasn't, but he was a great guy, and there's a couple of things that he said, if we do this, if we do that, we're going to be fighting these people again, and they're going to be doing horrible things. It's going to be worse as it was before.
He pretty much predicted it tat for tat.
Yeah, and it's exactly what happened. It's exactly where we are now, and now I have a whole bunch of my friends that I wish were hanging out with me in Vegas, after the fight, that are instead over in Iraq. So that sucks.
You're not going to pick up and go fight ISIS, are you?
Man, if I had the opportunity to, in a heartbeat, I would.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That says a lot for you. Your fight, big fight. Tell us about your opponent and how you see the fight going on Saturday.
So I'm fighting Yoel Romero, and he is a specimen of an athlete. He's very, very powerful. He's very, very talented. Just raw athleticism. Silver medalist Olympian, and even the silver medalist part, his championships and some of the worldwide wrestling is notable. He's a fantastic grappler. He's I say new to MMA in the sense that he doesn't have the experience that I have. He doesn't have the foundation of technical experience, jiu-jitsu and striking. I've been doing this for a really long time. And I've fought athletes, and I enjoy beating them. There's his athleticism can only take him so far, and then really skill and technique has to take him the rest of the way. Maybe he has a little more athleticism than me, but I'm far superior, in most other areas.
You talk about the athleticism. How much of this game do you think will be mental compared to the physical aspect and the technique?
Every fight has a lot to do with your focus, understanding of yourself and who your opponent is. We're talking Sun Tzu stuff right now. But I think the mental is huge in this fight.
And that's where you feel you have a big advantage.
Yeah, pace, space, and mental strength. Those are major advantages for me in this fight.
Do you ever want to fight in a tournament, a couple people in one night again?
Oh, I love tournament formats. I love pride rules. I loved being at ECC and being in north-south position, dropping knees to the top of somebody's head. Honestly, I don't sustain a lot of damage in fights, so tournament formats are really good for me. I also don't get tired. My conditioning, in Ranger School and Special Forces, we do long, really long, horrible things. So I'm really comfortable with long, horrible things. So 3 fights in a night is a good night for me. So I would love to do. I miss pride rules. I miss 8-man tournaments. I miss 3 fights in a night.
So you heard it here, Dana. Bring the tournament back.
I'm in. Sign me up.